Welcome everyone to this YouTube video. I'm going to be talking about some stuff regarding psychology with trading and the reason why 99% of you guys consistently fail and blow your accounts. So one of the main reasons is not enough of you guys actually take trading seriously enough. Not enough of you guys put in the time that is actually needed to become a profitable trader. Not enough of you guys understand the type of discipline it takes. So I'm going to share a little bit about my life and what it's kind of taken me to get to the position that I'm in. So as many of you guys know, I'm 20 years old. My name's Sophia if you've never been to my channel, but I'm currently also a college student and a full-time day trader, and I run a community where I help and teach other people as well. So the only reason I'm really in the position I'm in today, and the reason that I am a profitable trader, is because of all the people I had to say no to while growing up, especially once I turned around 15, 16, and all the different things that I had to say no to and, actually just lock in. So I've been trading for close to 4 years, a little bit over 4 years. I've been learning, just learning generally about the stock market. But while I was, teenager, kind of mid-teenager years to now my early 20s, I didn't do too much partying. Obviously, it's always good to have fun, hang out with your friends. That is super awesome. But there were a lot of times where I had to say no to people because I know what needed to be done. I know what work I had to do. I know what I was behind on. And a lot of this might not sit right with everyone because you might be thinking, well, we only have one life, I'm going to have fun and live it to the fullest I can. And that's awesome. That's exactly what you should do. But if you actually are serious about becoming a profitable trader, there's going to be a lot of times where you need to learn how to say no to, going out and going to parties and going to the club or whatever it is you may want to do, and actually literally just lock in. Because a lot of you guys don't understand the type of discipline it takes to become a profitable trader. After you actually lock in and say no to people, here comes the real shit. Here comes where you actually have to put the full work in. You have to start learning every single day. You have to start journaling every single day. Without journaling, I wouldn't be where I am. I'm going to be so honest. A lot of you guys just say, oh, whatever, journaling, like it doesn't even matter. No, you have to journal every single thing, every single step of the way there. If I shared some of my journal pages, you guys would probably, it would probably steer you guys away from trading, because even though I'm going to be so honest, it's not like I've lived a super difficult life or anything like that, or, went through a lot of hardships. But within trading, I did, and it really opened my eyes and realized, not just what the things that I have to work on to become a better trader, but the general things I had to do and work on within my life to improve my entire life and my entire existence. Hopefully you guys can hear me through that. I don't know. Hopefully this mic is good enough where you guys can hear me. Sorry. But the thing is, you guys all want freedom and you want trading to give you that freedom, but you won't actually be disciplined and do the things that you need to do to get to that point. And a lot of people kind of just say, oh, whatever, well, trading doesn't work, I'm just going to give up. Trading does work. And the reason that you see the statistics that 99% of people give up, because most people do within the very early stages of trading. They don't actually try to learn a real strategy or try to work on it. They just say, oh, it doesn't even work, I'm just going to give up, because too many people fall into that trap of day trading will grant you that very quick money and you'll be rich super quickly. Day trading will give you money quickly if you actually lock in and do what you need to do and learn a proper strategy and practice that strategy, back test it, forward test it, you journal every single trade you took. You don't overtrade, you don't over leverage, you don't go back and revenge trade when you take a loss. If you do all that stuff, obviously day trading will grant you quick money. That's how day trading works. But it's not going to work that way if you can't actually be disciplined enough to prove that. And being disciplined isn't, it's not a switch, but it's a choice. It's a choice that each and every one of you guys watching this can seriously make. You don't have to continue being so inconsistent and cutting corners and giving up when things get tough. You can actually just lock in and become disciplined. I promise, even now, I go through some of the hardest trading days, and sometimes I do feel like this is so difficult, like maybe I should just do something else. But I know deep down, like, this is what I want, and I'm going to continue to stay disciplined and get exactly what I want because I'm putting the work in. But if you don't put the work in, how are you supposed to see results? You can't just expect them to be there. If you're inconsistent and you don't do exactly what I'm telling you to do, which is find a strategy, it doesn't even have to be mine. It doesn't matter what the strategy is. Find one that works for you and make up a set of rules for yourself. But if you continue to cut corners and think like, oh, you can just make it if you continue to day trade and just like do it every day without actually trying to improve your skills and trying to do something that will benefit you, you're never going to go anywhere. And that's the unfortunate truth. Like, you really can't buy your way to success, but you can build your way there. And you can 1000% do that if you make the choice today to become a disciplined person. And being disciplined has to relate to every other aspect of your life. And this is the truth. Like, the only reason I'm so disciplined with trading is because I also use the gym as an outside source. I make sure I go to the gym every single day. I make sure I get my routine in every single day. If those parts of my life weren't disciplined, I wouldn't be able to be disciplined in trading. You can't just be disciplined in one area and disciplined in the next. Every single aspect of your life has to be disciplined. I'm not asking you to give up, all of your freedom to become a disciplined person and not talk to anyone, not socialize, and not go out. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm telling you to do. But there are going to be times where you have to say no to people and you just have to lock in. That's really there's no other way I can explain it. And even my friends know this. My friends can vouch on this. I mean, there's plenty of times where all of them are going out, all of them are having fun, and I say, no, I have, too much going on tonight. I really have a lot of things I need to finish and get done. Like, I can't move them to tomorrow, because that's what really used to get me. I would just be like, oh, it's fine, I'll get it done tomorrow, or I'll do it another day. But that's where you have to make the switch and actually become a disciplined person and stop doing that. But yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, make this video to talk about, first of all, my experience and like what it takes to actually become a profitable trader, and tell you guys, like, you can't do this by cutting corners and by gambling and by over leveraging your accounts. It's never going to happen. Maybe 1 or 2 times you'll get lucky and you'll double your account on over leveraging and, a risky trade. But in the long run, that's never going to work out, and you have to think about it in the long run aspect. I know we're day traders, but for you to be able to be consistently profitable for a very long time, it's going to have to take all these difficult steps, and you're going to have to take them very early on in your trading career. That's just what it takes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening to my, I guess, TED Talk, or however you want to call it. But again, my name is Sophia. So if you are new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. It's been, a pleasure to be teaching everyone. If you guys want to join my community where I teach a lot of psychology and obviously my strategy and how to become a profitable trader, I will link it in this video. But anyways, let me know if you guys want more of these or any other type of videos. But thank you guys so much for watching.